Welcome everyone to Anselmo Academy of Music and the Arts. And we are live on Facebook and sending you greetings from New York City and a happy new 2023. We continue to host monthly masterclass series where we invite esteemed pedagogues and their students. Please help me welcome our guest today, Professor Jonathan Trotta and his student, Brandon McGillick. Hello, welcome.
Hi.
Hi, thanks so much for
Hi,
joining us.
it's a
Welcome.
pleasure. Thank you, Vera.
Of course, absolutely. We'll share all the details about our guests in just a moment. But first, we wanted to share some upcoming events. Later this month, we have a special broadcast featuring Professor Svetlana Smolina and three of her piano students in a broadcast called Teacher and a Student, and that is on January 19th. Please mark your calendars. Next announcement is our fifth International Youth Competition registration deadline is just days away. You don't want to miss it. So please check out all the information. Josh, can we please have a flyer on a screen? Yep, great. Thank you so much. You can easily find all the information at our website. There is a tab that's called Youth Competition, and you can see all the details. The deadline to apply is January 15th, which is next Sunday. And announcement number three is that we have another broadcast that will be scheduled sometime at the end of January, featuring three young students in conversation, and will feature their pictures and videos. Okay, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, TikTok, and other social media platforms. Post any questions or comments if you like, and subscribe to our two e-newsletters that you can find at our website on the homepage all the way down bottom right. We have two newsletters. One is academic newsletter, and number two is called On Stage, and we post information about events like we have today, about master classes, broadcasts, about events happening at the academy, and so you don't want to miss that either. Okay, we hope you enjoy our program today. Thanks for joining us. All right, can we please have Jonathan's picture on the screen as I go through his bio and accolades? Wonderful. Concert guitarist Jonathan Trotta has performed throughout the US and the local tri-state area as a soloist and accompanist in a Spanish and Latin American music and dance ensemble called Ida y Vuelta and the chamber music ensemble Musicora. His performance credits include an appearance as a featured guest on Boston TV 56, De Todo on Poco, main public broadcasting radio show, Music du Jour, and a private benefit concert for Academy Award actress Helen Hayes, among many others. As a teenager, he was chosen to participate in master classes with world-renowned classical guitarists like Christopher Parkning, Sharon Isbin, and Manuel Barreco. Later on, he attended SUNY Purchase, receiving a Bachelor of Arts degree in guitar, performance, and composition. During that time, he studied classical guitar with Benjamin Verdery and David Slarobin, composition with Juilliard teacher Andrew Thomas, Baroque performance practice with Anthony Newman, and conducting with David Mills. After college, he continued his classical guitar studies and also traditional flamenco guitar studies. Plus, Jonathan later on also trained as a Suzuki method teacher. As a professor, he has taught classical and flamenco guitar for over 30 years. And besides his private studio teaching, he is presently head of the guitar department at the Rockland Conservatory of Music in Pearl River, New York, and also on a faculty of the JCC Thornauer School of Music in Tenafly, New Jersey, and the Hudson River Music School in Dobbs Ferry, New York. He has also taught at the Guitar Study Center at the New School of Social Research and the American Institute of Guitar in Manhattan. Jonathan has many students who won multiple competitions and have been selected to participate in master classes with acclaimed classical guitarist. They also been accepted into world-renowned music schools such as pre-college divisions at Juilliard and Manhattan School of Music, Peabody Conservatory of Music, and SUNY Purchase. Jonathan Trotta is an award-winning classical realist painter. He enjoys his life as a Renaissance man, teaching music and art, performing classical and flamenco guitar concerts, and drawing and painting. How wonderful. Welcome. Next, can we please have Brendan's McGillick picture on a screen as I go through his bio and accolades? Wonderful. Brendan McGillick is a 16-year-old and sophomore at Pearl River High School. He has been playing the classical guitar for the past 7 years at the Rockland Conservatory of Music with his professor, Jonathan Trotta. Most recently, Brendan was a semi-finalist in the Philadelphia Classical Guitar Society Guitar Festival and earned the award of Best Spanish Baroque at Anselmo Youth Competition in New York. Last spring, he performed to the Arts Council of Rockland. In addition to classical guitar, Brendan plays the double bass and has performed in All County and Area All State Orchestra. In his free time, he is a competing sailor. Wonderful. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you, Vera.
Yes, looking forward to a great masterclass. Please let the audience know what it is that you are working on, what pieces will be played. And I'm going to disappear and pass on the baton to Professor Trotta. Have a wonderful class.
Brendan, do you want to announce your pieces or you want me to?
You can, I guess.
Okay. Well, the first one you're going to play is Capriccio Arabe by Francisco Tarraga, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't we just start with that piece? Let's see if I can get you bigger on the screen. Beautiful. You like that touch of train in the back, you know. Yeah, so when it's at this level, I just think of it as, well, if I was listening back to myself, how would I critique myself to just get it to the next level? So we'll just take it from the beginning, and I'm going to break it and get obsessive compulsive about everything. So take it from the beginning. So before you start, I mean, you don't want to just dive right in. Just think of yourself as like a conductor going up to the podium. Wait till all your players are ready, and then cue the church bells.
Okay.
Okay, so just be there. You take that moment, breathe, and then play. All right, let's work on that. I mean, I thought it was beautiful. Let's just do that. You know that from this note. Da 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 dum. Huckleberry Finn. Now do what comes right after that now. Try it one more time and make that last note, it should be slightly quieter. It's tension, release.
Okay.
Right. Good. Now play the right before that.
here.
Yeah. There you go. There it is. All right, so for this part, yeah, so the intro is gorgeous. I love it. First, we want to figure out what the tempo is. Play the melody section. Okay, now play the accompaniment part. Now, what I like to, I mean, this is just subtle, is I like to stop the D bass. So it's not just playing it like, I mean, that's fine, but as soon as you get to this chord, you're going to have that ringing over. Also, I like to think of it as almost like a cellist. They're saying boom, boom. So that it's almost, you feel the leap like they're singing. Da, 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 da. So that's why I like to stop the bass. See that? And a little, and you can do vibrato on that one.
Wait,
Yes, you stop it right after you play the note, the fourth string note.
Oh.
Yeah. Just play the bass. Just think of it like a cello, the cellist. Yeah, so tension. So, and then relax. Try it. Let me hear that. And now add the chords, light. Yeah, don't disappear too much on that bass. And it has to still stay in tempo. And when you do that, you don't have to put the chord down yet, so you get a nice vibrato.
Oh, okay.
Right, and then you practice that with stopping the bass.
Yeah.
So, and I actually do that throughout the section, so I hear that through the whole melodic section. All right, that's great, beautiful. All right, now do it and keep going into the melody. All right, so beautiful. So again, just make sure you don't get too slow at the very beginning. You got to think of what the melody. Even though you're making that sing, you don't want it to get too laggy. feel the pulse of, same tempo. It shouldn't be, don't get too,
Okay.
just simply state it, but you can still make it sing. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Okay. So try it again, but then can you also play it here? I want you to and it's open A, and then open D. That's easy. And make sure that your legato to here, because you want to feel the tension moving from the F to the E. Play that. But don't. It moves to the E. There it is. And then as soon as you play that F, put your thumb on the 6th string to stop that. Right. So it might take a little practice. It's just now I want you to play it from the melody, add the melody, but I want to hear this going through that whole section. Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Excellent. Okay. So now the bass is sounding that sounded great. Now, can you just play the melody by itself? So that's not the melody, right? That's the melody with an accent on the second beat, right? So it's. Whoop. Let me hear you play it. Yeah. Okay. So now let's add the vibrato. This is it's also called serenata. This is someone that desperately wants somebody. They're in love with this woman. You have to give me your heart. So sing like you're singing a song. Like I need you. So when you're playing, you can't a little for no. So the second note is the accent, right? So you don't have to give a lot on the first note.
Okay.
And you have the right. So when you do that, you do vibrato when you land. So when you do that, the arm could be out like this, and then it kind of swings in. This is the one. This is where we want to feel it. Even more there. Even more on that one. No, not this. It's light. Can you make it even lighter? Don't think of the first note. We don't want to hear a lot of the first note. It's the landing note that we want to hear more.
Okay.
And the portamentos. So it's not dum, it's dum, dum. So it's twice as fast. Better? Good. And now keep play. Now play the melody. There you go. There you go. Now you have the challenge of not only you playing that melody like you're singing your heart out, but there's the cellists that are singing that at the same time. So I'm going to hear both things happening now. So play it from the where the melody starts. No, that's too light in the bass. Did you hear that? No.
Yeah.
Yeah. The cellist was falling asleep there. So. That was beautiful. So, conveniently, where the cellist gets strong, the singer is getting strong also. So we don't have to separate it, you know. So it's when we have the F here, it's the same intense note. So that's the intense part. And then yeah, that's the part we're thinking of being intense. Yeah, so play it again. And that builds, right? We're getting a little more passionate there. No, that's the accented note, right? Ya da da da. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's hear from the beginning of the melody. Yeah, it's really coming along nicely. And I like that you're playing those light. You're not slamming those out. So those are very light. And those the inner part. Let me hear you play that again. Can you do that? Yeah. And maybe a little dolce here. Can you play dolce? Really make it cry. No, why weak on that E? Follow, really listen. Yeah, see that? Oh, okay, I'll let you play first. Yeah, so even there, I mean, here, I mean, when you're doing um, we don't want to play that quiet. Like, it's the same thing. Well, not that, yeah. Make sure we hear that landing note. Why didn't hear the bass? Do it again. Yeah, so you can play the bass quiet. I just have to hear it. It has to come through. A little more. A little more on the bass. Okay. And then you get a little strong on the next word. This is a stronger chord. And then we have that tension. This is very dramatic. So you don't want to make it be light on that chord.
Okay.
Okay? Because and then more. That's a dominant semron. That's strong. Yeah, and I don't know if I would stay quiet there. Maybe a little vibrato after that one. This is all building up, so keep the tension in the line.
Okay. Wait.
Oh, but keep it strong. Yes, yes, that was good. Now do it and keep going. I love the way you play that run. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. You'll have to give me a lesson on that. All right, so I would say now we're playing the same melody again the second time, right?
Yeah.
So now we got to think, oh, are we going to play it exactly the same way? Or what do you want to do with it? What are you thinking?
Maybe play it a little louder.
Yeah, a little more intense. So that means the first time we do it, we got to leave something, right?
Yeah.
So we can't be like, can't start like that, right?
Yeah.
We have nowhere to go with it, right? So this could be a little more intimate. Like you want people eavesdropping. You're just talking quietly on a bench, trying to confess your love, right? Maybe Bill. So it's a little more caressing. But then the second time, she's not giving you the time of day. You gotta work a little harder, okay?
Okay.
Let me hear it the second time now. No, remember, not that. Tongue. like dancing. Dum ba da da. More on that note. There you go. Beautiful. Now I want to hear the first time going into the second time. So I feel like I feel the drama, like it's the turmoil starting to churn in you, you know? So start
Okay.
the first time just a little more, just try to make it really beautiful. And then the second time really,
Okay.
okay, let me hear. All right, it's fine. Don't get too slow. Not too slow. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Just gonna play from there. Boom. Now this part is just nasty hard. uh, but the listener doesn't know that. So if we're playing just a melody, here's our second note with the vibrato. And we're singing about the joy. Oh, you remember that great time we had and when we went to the amusement park and had ice cream cones? I don't know what it is. Make it sing. So you got to make the second note stronger. I know it's just a little. It's hard to get the vibrato there, but you could get a little something going. But don't slow it down. Da 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 da. You know, just move through it. We hear that? No, no. Can you make that note a pretty note? Yeah, it sounds like maybe move a little more dolce with your right hand. Better? 'cause oh, okay, I see what you're doing. Okay. So you're playing it strong and then you're coming down.
Yeah.
Well, play it again. Let me hear. Let me hear that again. All right. So what you want to do is make it kind of like this beautiful thing. You don't want to make it an intense thing, right?
Yeah.
It's okay. It works that way. Da ya da 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 da. Let me hear that. Da ya da. One more time. I just want to be a little more clear on the notes in between. You can enjoy more of the notes on the top. When you get to the top notes, let those notes sing a little, maybe a little slower.
Okay.
And then the other notes you can move. Try it. Try it. Da, 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 da. You go a little slower there. Take a breath. Keep going. This part is just like, again, I would use the same technique I showed you before. Start with the last spurt you have. There it is. Now, can you do that just from there and then play the next? Because that has to keep the intensity. Yeah. Good. Now we're gonna play one spurt behind that. There. I think it's the 11th fret of the 5th string with the 3rd finger. Da, 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 da. Yeah, to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. There it is. Good. Now do it. Now the stuff before that you give a little slower and a little lighter. So do the whole scale now. Keep going. Let this sing. Da, da. So every time I play, and you'll see great players doing this on every instrument, it's almost like they have this current going through them. So you just feel this going through so at this point it's really kind of rolling through you. So just to really let it sing and go through you. So play it from there. You're getting it. That felt like it all of a sudden it just dropped. It's like dun, dun. And remember it's the second note, right? It's the same thing as the other section. The second note is where the la da 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 da. Yeah. Yes. Da, ya, da, da, the end. A little crescendo at the very end.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're just singing tones at the top too. Try it one more time. I like the top note, but the notes before it weren't building to it. When it's singing, it sounds a little nasal, right? So we want to get it like a. Can you make it like a beautiful? See if you get a really beautiful full sound. There you go. Oh, beautiful, gorgeous. Don't all of a sudden come down. You built the intensity. Keep it there. Keep going. It's beautiful. Okay, so that's F the other. There it is. What you could do, that's a tricky passage. Just breathe in, and then let your breath slowly go out as your fingers are moving.
Okay.
So breathe in, and then slowly let it ease out of you, the breath, as your phrase is going. Can you try it? Da 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 da. Breathe in, and then let it go. Slowly let out. Yeah. So it's almost like riding your breath, like a wave.
Yeah.
Try to. It takes a little getting used to. Let it come out of your breath, like riding a wave. It's getting there. It just takes a little practice. Now this time you could be a little more sensitive, right? So this, can you play from there? I can't feel. Da 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 da. So make the notes before it starting to get loud. There you go. There you go. Beautiful. And don't get too slow. It's not the end of the piece yet. You already went slow, right? So you don't want to go slow again.
Yeah.
This was gorgeous. Absolutely. And then when you're going, see, I'm moving it, but here I could take a little time. Okay, you can take a little time there, but not the whole thing, or else it drags.
Okay.
Okay, play it from there. Going into that again. I'll make this one. If you want, you could do a little Segovia thing. Segovia would do the roll and take everything off except the last ringing note and stop the other string. So, and then you could do a little gliss down to that. Try it. Yeah, make it, but not a tense knot. But make that as sweet as possible. A little dolce. There you go, gorgeous. I mean, with this, again, it's personal what you want to do with it. I like to have, less of that. All of a sudden, it just kind of settles down. I'm a little sadder now, right? She doesn't want anything to do with me. You don't want to get too slow, but you don't want to push it too much. Okay. Okay. Light. Right next to you. Now take your time with that. Da 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 da. No, that's too much. You take your time with that. Take your time. Beautiful, but not too slow. It still has a meaning. And then you could slow down there.
Okay.
Okay, we're taking it right to the end. We're almost there. Gorgeous. There you go. I guess I could talk for an hour on this piece. All right. Gorgeous.
Yes, thank you so much. It was a wonderful masterclass. Would you like to play now some of the example videos that you wanted us to play, or?
It doesn't make sense now because I thought oh, if we're going to go into the next piece, we could do Canarios, but we didn't even get to the piece because I just got carried away with this one.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time. So long.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Brenda. All right, bye.